I will never know the joy or pain associated with childbirth, but I wish I could try it one time, because I feel like I can make it funny. You gotta hear me out. You gotta picture me as a woman in the delivery room, just sitting there screaming, "Shan't, 'twas, y'all, ain't." And my husband like, "Doctor, what's happening to my wife?" I'm like, "Don't worry, she's just having contractions." There is a song by the Spice Girls where the entire time it's just someone asking a woman what she wants, and she never answers. It's the whole song. There's like, "Tell me what you want. What do you really, really want?" "I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want." "Okay, so just tell me what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I really, really want. I wanna... What I really, really, really want is zaga, zaga, za. What the f*** does that mean? Now you know how I feel. I've learned a lot about myself from doing comedy. I've learned that people don't trust me because I look like a villain from an 80s movie. This was news to me. I asked my older brother about it. He was like, "Oh yeah, totally." I was like, "Which one?" He was like, "All of them." The cocky fighter pilot, the unethical banker, the preppy bully, the evil ski instructor, the evil karate instructor, a Slytherin, a Winklevoss. I don't really get this joke. The 80s were the worst 2 years of my life. I don't like to complain about cancel culture, but I do get jealous of what comedians used to get away with. Like Eddie Murphy is returning to stand-up comedy after 30 years away, and he would say wild things, but he only ever got in trouble for his personal life. Like when he was pulled over with a transgender prostitute, and he told police that he was just giving her a ride. Imagine if that happened today. People would be like, "Wow, didn't know Eddie Murphy was a hero." What? He supports trans rights, wants to legalize sex work, and carpooling to reduce his carbon footprint. Yeah. Eddie Murphy for president. You know, in his cabinet would just be him in 7 different fat suits, just Secretary of Clump, Attorney of Clump, Norbert. I do think it goes too far sometimes. Some of my friends think we need to get rid of gender reveal parties, and I disagree with that. I think we need to keep having them, just not for babies. Here's when we should be having gender reveal parties. You know, whenever a famous politician gets caught with a prostitute, and there's that moment of suspense, you turn on the news, and like, "Senator Robert Hutcherson, a vocal opponent of gay rights, was caught today with a prostitute." You're just like... Please be a boy. Oh man, oh man. Woo. Red state blue balloons, let's do it. The confetti's just as shredded in the air. I'm in a relationship. I have a girlfriend. Coincidentally, she looks like the girlfriend in a herpes commercial. What are the odds? 1 in 4. Those are the odds. This quadrant didn't laugh as much, and I think I know why. We live together. We live together in Brooklyn. People complain about high rent in New York City. I like it. I think it's nice. I think it's great because nothing makes you more conflict averse as a couple than when both of you know that neither of you could afford that place alone. Like, that solves most of our battles. If she came home tonight and was like, "Matthew, I cheated on you," I'd be like, "Hey, let's talk about it. You know, like, what's up? I'm here to listen. My only question is, what's his name? And how soon can he move in? That's what I want to know." I'm socially monogamous, but fiscally polyamorous, you know? Girlfriend and I have been going out for 3 years, and we recently hit a big milestone. She got an IUD, which has been very exciting. Thanks. Any IUDs in the room? No? Couple? I'll come around with the metal detector later. I didn't know about IUDs. I didn't really know how they worked or anything. And the women in the room, you already know all about them, but I'm a man, so I'm going to explain it with more confidence and less accuracy. So, IUD is great because it goes up there, and then you can leave it there for like, is it here? I I'm like a Texas senator. I'm like, I don't know where it is, and I don't want to know. No, it goes up there or whatever, and you can leave it there for like 10 years before it turns into a diamond, and it's great. Here is my favorite part about the IUD. A doctor told me this. There is not a consensus in the medical community as to why IUDs work. They just know that they do. So as long as we're throwing out theories here, I think it's kind of just like an Olympic gymnast holding the Iron Cross, just like, I got this, just focus on your career. I like doing comedy, getting to be a comedian. It's a cool job. I don't think it's a cool job. I think scientists have the coolest job in the world. Here's why. The Gspot. The G in Gspot, if you don't know, stands for Grafenberg, after Dr. Grafenberg, the anatomist who discovered it and then named it after himself. What a champ. Oh, you guys understand the difference between found the Gspot and founded the Gspot? That's one dude. I tried to look him up, but hard guy to find, actually. I couldn't. No. Don't clap for that. My mom wrote that joke. That's not that, no. Honestly, I didn't look him up because, like, don't Google your heroes. I mean, I want to know where he's from. I don't want to know his first name. And I really, really don't want to know what he looks like because in my mind, I already have this picture of this guy who's like barely a doctor, just like sleeveless lab coats, beakers, and koozies, right? And he's just standing there looking smug with stirrups and a laser pointer, just like, yeah, that was all me, yeah. No, I wasn't even looking for it, just kind of stumbled across it while I was studying abroad. Shots. G stands for Grafenberg? Nah, bro. G stands for job well done. It goes deeper, poor wording. The pap smear was also named after a man, which that's a weird legacy to leave behind. Like, if I were the person who invented that, I would not name it after myself. I would name it after someone I really hated. So I feel like the real pap was just some high school bully running around shoving nerds in lockers with his buddies Ron Tampon and Joey Colonoscopy, right? He was the guy. Here's the thing, it doesn't end there. I did some research for this joke, and I masturbated to Wikipedia articles, and I learned that any part of the female anatomy that is named after a person is named after a man. So all of it, Bartholin's gland, Skeen's gland, Graafian follicles. Dr. Kegel was a man, as was Dr. Fallopius of tube fame, which means that it's all named after affluent male doctors. So the women's reproductive system is like the rec center at an Ivy League school, right? Just a bunch of dudes like, let's go in there and let's claim what's ours, right? That's not gynecology, that's just vaginal imperialism. That's all it is. I'm Jewish. Is it bad? I don't want to make light about what happened. It's just anti-Semitism is coming back, and it's very... Anti-Semitism is one of it's some of the dumbest people I know. They always make these ridiculous accusations against Jews. They're always like, Jews secretly run the banks. Like, no, we're pretty open about that, actually. It's not really a secret. Goldman Sachs, we put our name on the building twice. That's very overt. Lehman Brothers, Solomon Brothers, JP Morgan. The JP stands for Jewish people. That's not...